Due to popular demand, I've decided to do a part 2 of the margin versus markup video. If you haven't watched part 1, just go back and watch it. It's where I talk about the difference between markup and margin and why you should be very intentional about how you apply them in your business today. This cuts across so many different business units, whether you're in retail or you're in manufacturing or distribution. But for today, I'm going to start with the service business. I'm just answering a question some of you have been asking on the comment section from the last video. So that means if you're a freelancer or a solo consultant, I'll show you how the service business should be pricing at each and every stage. Now, by definition, service businesses don't sell physical products. They sell time, they sell skills, they sell outcomes. This means pricing shouldn't be a guessing game. It should be about covering costs today and growing tomorrow. Now, let's start from the beginning. Let's assume you're here. You're running a one-man business. Let's say you're charging 5,000 shillings for a service and your running cost might be maybe 500 shillings for material and maybe another 1,000 shillings for your time. The total cost, 1,500. Using the formula that we just learned, the margin here is 70%. Why this margin is high? Because you have very low overheads, no staff, no rent, no admin costs. That's why the right pricing strategy here is the value-based pricing, which means you set prices based on the perceived value of the service to the customer. Here you charge for expertise, not hours. But here's the problem. The moment you grow, that margin starts paying for other people. Now let's say you're moving on and you're now at level 2, where you hire help so that you can be able to serve more clients. At this point, your costs may include staff, transportation to and from the venue, tools, mistakes and reworks. Well, sometimes it happens, something goes wrong and you have to redo the work. Costs at this point now rise to 3,000 and margin drops to 40%. Then you start to wonder, but nothing went wrong. This is normal growth. That's why pricing must now change. You move from flexible pricing to standardized pricing, which basically means you're now setting a predetermined standardized price for all your services. Clear packages, clear scope, clear limits. Why? Because inconsistency kills margin, and margin is what pays the salaries. But growth doesn't stop there. Let's assume you're now moving up. You're going on to the next level where you have a bigger team. You might even need an office. Now you want to scale, add rent, utilities, admin costs, slow days, possibly VAT. Costs now hit 4,200 per service and the margin drops to 16%. This is where many businesses panic. Same service, same effort, but suddenly cash feels tight. So the price must evolve again. Now we move to cost plus pricing, which is a strategy where a fixed percentage markup is added to the total cost of a service to determine its selling price. This ensures all expenses are covered and a profit is made. Every price must answer 4 very simple questions. Does it cover direct costs? Does it cover overheads? Does it account for tax? And does it leave any room for growth? Well, if it doesn't, well, the price is wrong. So, in summary, why does this even matter? Markup helps you set the price, and margin tells you whether the business can survive growth. A business that doesn't really understand this typically looks busy, feels stressful, and it's one disaster away from collapse. An investable business usually knows its costs, adjusts its prices as it grows, and protects margin at every stage. That's why you'd find a basic haircut would cost you 150 shillings at your local barbershop, but the same haircut goes for 1,500 shillings at an executive barbershop somewhere in the city. That's 10x the price. Same service, different disciplines. Now, in the next video, I'm going to be reviewing other service businesses like salons, creatives, photographers, using real numbers. And we're going to break down how they can take advantage or understand the basic concepts of these different pricing strategies and when should you be applying which strategy at which stage of your business. So feel free to comment your business so that you can break it down next. Thanks for watching. Follow for more.